G'day everyone, I thought it would be good, I don't know why the lights are on, I will turn this one on. This will be a good time for an unedited unboxing, although it might be edited, I don't know. Because I am excited about something that's arrived that's a bit random and unlike other stuff that I've recently gotten and I'm excited about. So I wanted to show you and share the satisfying joy of unboxing something exciting. Little bit of context. As some of you know who have been on this vlog channel for a while, I got into journaling, or tried to get into journaling. Actually, I got decently into journaling, I would say. This was my journal, is my journal. I got this authentic, aged thing because I wanted to feel like Marcus Aurelius as I journaled, which was fun and it did help me. It's sort of, there's something about the aesthetic of journaling that helps me with my motivation. But it sort of tapered off as the busyness of life and whatnot sort of catches up with me. So I haven't really been consistently journaling for a while. It's always something I'd like to do, but I've just sort of fallen into the place where it's too easy to convince myself that there's other things to do. The other challenge, the other problem I'm solving with the thing I'm unboxing is with sketching and drawing and stuff. I have plenty of sketchbooks, many of which I tend to, get maybe a third of the way through before it starts to feel, I don't know, like not good enough, or I don't even think it's that. I think it's more the temptation of a nice, crisp, new sketchbook where you sort of think to yourself like, oh, when I start this new one, this will have all of the perfect drawings I have, or whatever it is, or maybe it's whatever you have on you at the time. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get at is these two separate things will potentially be solved with a little something that has just arrived and I want to share with you. I ordered this because on TikTok, I got randomly sucked into journal talk. Is that a thing? I don't know. And it started off with the Louise Carmel, I don't know what they're called, but they're a kind of journal from France. They're French. And they looked really cool. And I was pretty tempted to get one. But then I came across this brand, and between the two, I prefer, this is Paper Republic. I prefer the Paper Republic, mainly because I'm probably saying it wrong, but Louise Carmel, they fold over like this. So it's like, imagine you got your journal in the middle and they sort of have a flap that goes around the front and then you tie it with a strap. I prefer the book kind, and that's what Paper Republic do, but they're all leather, and look, they're not cheap, but I also, like, the thing that excited me about them, aside from the nice aesthetic, which, as I mentioned, is a motivating factor for me, are the inserts, the fact that they're refillable. So, first thing I see is I open this up, some of the inserts. And the cool thing is, the idea is, you have the insert. So these are the writing inserts. So I've got two writing inserts. So you fill this up, use it as your journal or whatever. You might take you a month or so, you get through this, but you swap over for the new insert. So you end up having a collection of these off to the side, but it's only really what you're currently working on that takes up the space in the journal, which is satisfying and nice. Both in the fact that you're already having that, like you always have that crisp new feeling sort of fairly regularly, but also you get to build up a stack of the things that you've worked on. And I always love having the reservoir of your history or your drawings or the things to look back on. And the fact that you can sort of build that up off to the side, without it feeling like an effort, it would sort of trickle away. So I got a couple of notepad ones, so that'll be cool. So I want to get back into journaling. But the other thing I want to use this for, the reason I got the dotty paper, so this is the same idea, it's the same sort of refills, but you can get ones that have, like, it's hard to see, they're dots, just sort of a grid of dots. So people use these for box journaling, checkbox, I don't forget what they call them. But I want to use this more for like sketching, but there's a form of sketching that I tend to do more often outside of work hours, which is sort of like prototype sketching, when I'm like designing, whether it be products or like at the moment, the thing that I keep going to is like designing things in the world that I'm writing my novel in. So I've been sort of like mapping out the underground self-sustained mining colony, and just having those dots gives you sort of something to sort of help draw straight lines and make it feel more like schematic. So that's really cool. So like I thought I would probably get more into brainstorming some of this stuff if I have those readily on me. And then the third kind of refill I have is art paper, because I don't actually carry a sketchbook with me. And this is a really small, portable, satisfying way to do that. And it also allows me to satisfy my need to swap these over and have fresh ones when I want to. But also, because they're smaller and there's less, they'll fill up quicker, which I think is nice. But they're the refills. That's the least exciting part. This is the journal. Let me show you my journal from Paper Republic. This is not sponsored at all. We've got a little handwritten note from someone that says, "Enjoy your order." That's very nice. Pat. Thank you, Pat. Isn't that nice? All right. This is it. Now, they have like 6 or 7 different colors. They're leather and they age, and the idea is like the longer you have them, there's a word for it, but the leather sort of becomes shiny and a little aged, which I really like. And originally, the only one available was the more leathery color, which I was like okay with, but I also thought I want this to feel a bit special to sort of carry around with me and sort of, I don't know, I wanted to feel a little like it was a special little kit. And I don't know if I've gone too garish, but I dared to go with the red. So join me as I check this out. Ooh, that's pretty nice. I got it engraved. JB. Hi-Fi. You've done it again. Only Australians will get that stuff. Oh, look, and it comes with a blank one inside. Just a little blank pad. Cool. So they have 2 kinds. They have one that I forget what they're called, because again, this isn't sponsored by them. They have one without any sort of inserts or anything. It's just literally the wrap. This one is one with inserts, because I want to be able to keep pencil and stuff with me. And I said this vlog would be unedited, but I take it back because I want to put this together and put some pencils in there and make it ready to go so I can carry it with me out this room with my journal / sketchbook / idea brain pad thing. Yeah. Join me on the journey. The journal journey. I also bought an extra pack of bands, specifically in the orange color, which is the one that I want to wrap around my bright red journal. It's all a bit loud, but at the same time, I just sort of figured I haven't done this before and I just want to have fun. Like, I want the feeling of whenever I pull this thing out, that it's my special fun thing. I want to feel nice every time I jot down a story idea or scribble a sketch that's in my head or make a few notes on my feelings for the day. So I used the red band that was around the outside to add an extra layer of bands on the inside and slot it in my books. After figuring out the order I wanted, it was time to figure out what I wanted to carry with me. Starting off with my mechanical pencil, this Roto Ring 800 is a nice hefty one. I love that you can just twist the end and the entire barrel comes out and can recollapse inside itself, which is perfect for traveling, so I won't risk sort of breaking either the lead or the end of my pencil, but also means I can have the lead extended and immediately pull it out ready to go. Plus, it feels special, so it feels nice to pair it with my journal. Then my go-to ink pen, the Tombow Fudenosuke, which is a really nice, firm but flexible tip that allows you to get really consistent lines if you want to, but also get a little bit of that line weight variation. Thought it might also be fun to have a few options on either side of that. So a 0.2 brush pen for a lot more expressiveness and a 0.3 fine liner just for really consistent lines. Then of course an eraser to carry with me and some mechanical pencil lead refills, and that should be everything I will want to have with me whenever I have this on the go. There was mostly a place for everything. The lead refill case that I had was a little jagged in a way that sort of, I don't know, made me uncomfortable with how much it pushed out the leather in random little protrusion-y spikes. So I went and got a different lead refill case, since I do have quite a bunch of different mechanical pencil things lying around, and I found one that fit much nicer in one of the back pockets. here it is. I really like it. Oh, I scratched it. I did my first ever scratch with my nails, by the way. I quit biting my nails. I've never updated you guys on that. Making progress. I should journal it. Now that's okay because I want this thing to age with me. I love the idea of having something that I can carry with me wherever I go and crack it out when I have inspiration or ideas or whatever. And it'll travel with me around the world. It will come with me to the office or home day to day and just be a little companion that I can just allow to help fan away my creative and mental health flames. I've already changed it, by the way. I've decided to opt out of including the extra ink pens. I just didn't like how sort of lumpy it felt, and I am just opting instead to just keep it simple. My favorite ink pen, which is also the one that I journaled in my other journal in, a really good mechanical pencil, a good eraser, mechanical pencil refills, and all the books I could want to use. And I've still got a couple of refills that I can come back to as I progress. I'm really excited. Yay, this is so satisfying. Thank you, Journal Talk, for sucking me in, and I've already taken the dive. This feels nice. So, little update. So, anyone who's followed the content knows that I have made these custom bags. This is my day-to-day bag. I still use my big one for carrying with me everywhere, especially for travel. But this is the one I take with me every day to the office because my laptop fits in it, which is currently upstairs plugged in. But I brought this down because I wanted to swap out. This is my sketchbook that I have started to carry in there as well. But it's just a bit big. It doesn't feel like simple and small enough to take out and just do some sketches. Oh, and I thought also might be fun to show you. These are my little sketches of my underground self-sustained mining colony. So I think you sort of get the idea. They're less like, illustration-y character drawings and stuff. They're more like designs and ideas of spaces and objects and things in my head as I'm working on my novel. Oh, update on my novel. My Space Bears novel. I'm about to cross over a threshold. I am 100 or 200 words away from ticking over 80,000 words of my novel, which is crazy because 6 months ago, I started to write a short story when we went away on a family holiday. Short story is 10,000 words. And I came back with 14,000 and was barely a quarter through what I originally pictured the story would be. And it also didn't feel like deep enough. Like I didn't know the characters enough. So I went right back to the start, fleshed it all out again and figured, you know what? I had so much fun doing that now's a part of my daily routine. And I write every morning. It used to just be every workday morning. It used to be like I'll get up at usually about 7 a.m., 6:45, and I'll write for an hour and a half till around 8:30, and then I'll head off to work. And it's my favorite part of the day. Like I am baffled as to how it's taken me 35 years to figure out I love creative writing. Like I'm really enjoying this and it's so fun. It really sort of fills me with creative energy for the day, but I just get lost and I'm loving how quickly I get lost in it. Like I'm really lucky, I think, in what I do for work in that I'm really used to just sort of stepping in and being creative and getting that momentum going. So I feel like there's barriers that I think people who are new to creative writing sort of hit when it comes to creative block and stuff that I feel like I've just sort of naturally built resilience against and I pick up momentum really quick. That's not to say I'm a great writer. I don't know. No one's read my stuff yet. So that's a whole hurdle to come and I will unleash it upon you, but I want to do this properly. I'm having so much fun and I can picture doing this for the rest of my life. I'm having so much fun. I love the idea of releasing a novel every year or two. Like that's so fun to me. And I love audiobooks. I'm listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl at the moment as a bit of a break from some of the more epic fantasies I enjoy. So I want to turn my novel into an audiobook as well. And I love making the things that I love enjoying. So I want to do it properly. So when I finish my first draft, now that I'm crossing over 80,000 words, I only have about the equivalent of 4 chapters left to write, which is cool. And then, but then that's just the draft. So then I'm going to do a whole editing pass just myself. But then I want to find a structural editor. I want to find a structural editor and go through and really make it the best story it can possibly be and learn as much as I can, which I've enjoyed doing through this whole process. And then a line editor and just take it to as close to perfection as my debut novel can be and then make an audiobook. And that's a whole different conversation, because I want to ask you guys in the future about, there's something playing on my mind that I can't help myself from just blurting about now. The novel's protagonist is a female, so the audiobook's narrator will be female for about like 70% of the audiobook. Then there are two other voices in my head that will be happening throughout the book. There's Us and Ursa, who is the chapter master of the Space Bears, who I am hoping will be read by someone in particular I have in mind. Then there is the protagonist's brother, who I don't know, I always like listening to audiobooks when the author reads it, but I'm a bit conflicted because I would love to read it, but I just wouldn't read it in an Australian accent because that's not the character. And then I feel like, is everyone going to feel like it's silly if I'm reading it? Here, I'll give you a sample. Perfect! A Sony consumer product warranty. For what? I don't know. So I'm going to read you a sample in an English accent, and I need you to tell me in the comments, is it too jarring and weird knowing that it's me? Maybe close your eyes and just like pretend. I don't know. All right, you ready? When you purchase a Sony product, you have the peace of mind in knowing that your product is covered by Sony's standard warranty. The benefits given to you in Sony's standard warranty are in addition to other rights and remedies that you have under the law in relation to products to which Sony's standard warranty relates. The following statement only applies to Australian purchases. Our goods come with guarantees that cannot be excluded under the Australian consumer law. You're entitled to a replacement or refund for a major failure or compensation for any other reasonably foreseeable loss or damage. You are also entitled to have the goods repaired or replaced if the goods fail to be of acceptable quality and the failure does not amount to a major failure. Does that get you excited to hear more about Sony's product warranties? I don't know. Anyways, what was this one about? I'm having fun. I'm feeling good. I'm excited about this, and now this is going to be part of my daily travel setup. Actually, maybe this will go in the back pocket. Easy access. Look at that, quick access. I'll just whip it out. I like that. So laptop in the front, book in the back, and the book has the pens and the eraser, everything I need. So I'm like, oh, inspiration struck. I got it. I grab my journal, or I just grab it out and do my journaling or whatever. I'm excited. I love it. I've already weathered it. I'm ready to go. Thank you for joining me as I drink a cup of licorice tea in my Space Bears mug as I talk in self-congratulatory tones about the journal that I'm kicking up with some drawing booky stuff and the book that I've rather nearly finished writing the draft of. I like being creative. This is fun. Thanks for joining. Oh, I want to get these going again now that Benny's helping me edit them a little bit too, which allows me to remove my brain from the pressure of doing the vlogs. I think that's sort of why I fell off a bit. Then again, I am making excuses, which I've always done as I've tried to bring the vlog back, and it comes and goes. So I don't want to put the pressure on myself, but I'd love to get them moving again. And in that light, let me know down below what questions you got, or if you have any, questions of the day, and we'll get that kicking up again. Otherwise, thanks for watching.